Paradox Entertainment dropped Dev Diary number 13 for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. You would think a game that's supposed to drop sometime this year would be doing a little bit more than some concept art, but then again, maybe they didn't want to eat it like BioWare with Dragon Age The Veilguard. Can't say that I blame them for not wanting that mess. I mean, it's not like they haven't already taken some hits when they showed us that gameplay. Still, they're plugging away, and this is Dev Diary number 13. They start this thing off with the aforementioned concept art. A good thing about this is it is done in engine. They're using Unreal 5, and this means that when they make a concept, they can translate it into actual game environment quickly, and what they design quite often can be what we get. They start us off with Weaver Tower. This is the home of the Camarilla in Seattle. OSHA regulations for occupied buildings aside, you know, those pesky things like lighting, emergency signs, all of that stuff. Maybe if you're a vampire, there's a special carve-out in the law for that. Anyway, I like this. It's appropriately moody for the vampire aesthetic, and I find it pretty. We don't have too much neo-noir going on here. Oh, they will get to the neo-noir later on, but for these, it looks like a dark, deliberately oppressive environment that someone like a Camarilla might enjoy. Question is, are they trying to impress themselves, other vampires, or poor normie slobs like us? I mean, would regular humans be allowed in here as anything other than food? Then again, you're a hundreds years old vampire. Maybe the mood just really is that important. You get some very nifty accent lighting, and one thing, odd as it is, I think the door on the left side of this image and the window beside it look appropriately realistic. OSHA regulations aside, of course. Just below this image, they show us some of the bonsai trees made out of brass and then in relative scale to a human. Always good to have scale. The image below it, that's kind of cool. The big lobby with people. Now, this is concept art. Who knows if there will be actual folks milling around in the game? And what is that person behind the desk doing? Waving? Eating a donut? Next up, we get level design. The positive I got from this was that they are being very deliberate in allowing multiple paths and routes. So how you want to play, they're going to do their best to accommodate. And it's always interesting to see all the little tags in these images showing us just how much work the lead singer for Evanescence has to put into creating these areas. Now, the other nugget on level design comes from Jack Goddard. It would appear that once a main story mission in an area has been completed, that area opens up to all of those side quests. So, does this mean you only can get to an area once missions have started there? And can we keep going back time and time again to finish up quests or start new ones? Finally, the last image he shows is actually kind of nice. It looks like a realistic street. The lighting section. And now we're back to neo-noir. I guess if you're gonna go with something, go all the way. Still, the last image they show doesn't look too bad. Next on the hit list, narrative. Nope, we didn't get anything significant except ambience. All of those dialogues you overhear while wandering around, sneaking, etc. I like these things actually. Ever play No One Lives Forever 1 and 2? If you were taking the stealth route, you got to hear all kinds of funny dialogue between the henchmen. These may not be funny dialogues in VtMB2, but they tell us that what we get to overhear are partial conversations if we come up and then interrupt them, or full dialogue that may be situationally specific. That's a level of detail that's pleasing to hear. They're not just writing a bunch of random garbage that you're going to hear 500 million times. Cherished Goldstraw, the supplier of this information, tells us that these ambients are used to flesh out the world so that Fire and Ice still hate that name, and by extension the player can get the sense that this is a world populated by other folks and that we just exist in it. Kudos if they can pull it off. The final bit, Foley work. I always find it fascinating how creative these guys are in coming up with the various needed sounds. And that's your Dev Diary number 13. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.